I remembered, I forgot, and I left off with Knots Landing, David Jacobs from Baltimore, and whether or not Baltimore ever said he was from Baltimore, I don't know. Why don't you ask Richard Shore or Cher? Because he still has a show of which I never heard about it, and that doesn't look really at this point. I don't know how they operate another world parallel to your world, and I don't care. In 1983, I will receive a magazine about colleges. In that magazine, of which I saved it because it's important. Show and tell for your children. There is an ad. You see, because your Title IX, your Bernice Sandler, your Edith Green, and your Patsy Mink, they are the representatives. They are the people, not your Bernice Sandler. She is a psychology teacher at College Park. There is a big binder that has all the federal contracts. She used something in that binder, of which the salesperson that I was taking his job took me to the big binder place. Yeah. I'll just use the Washington Post. They got a grant, they got a grant, they got a grant, they got a grant. And then grants expiring, call those same people. Something not like, hey, I hear that grant's expiring, or why not? AA degree. You start with an associate's degree. So this women's, they won. The first lawsuit is with the University of Florida. No, I only know, I read it. We haven't gotten there yet. That was a separate binder. If College Park had started with a serious history program, we wouldn't have this problem. And considering it's now 5 days, it is Friday, I called them on Monday. She's done this before. Concerning Ben Holman. And they do it all the time, as if you're going to get a live person. I'm putting you in touch. And I'm like, second time around. There's a song for everything. Space Coast, Florida, AA degrees. So this guy, Devane, and this one that I said, she will leave. She gets a brain tumor. She doesn't want to be killed off the show. She's gone. And she goes and has a practice in Chicago. He says to her, because they're getting ready, where was I? This is not what I'm seeing in my dorm room. Or was I? Did I go to the snack bar? I don't know. I mean, wouldn't I remember? Wow, DC scenes. What do I know? What do I see? Nothing. Does she not make it there? There's no exteriors? I don't know. I remember they're filming St. Elmo's Fire. Stop knocking on my door. What do you want? You're like Mabel the maid. Why do you keep hitting my door in the morning? There's a wall on the other side. Go that way. I'm sleeping. I finally went. I saw Rob Lowe. That's an awful lot of powder. I could wipe something in your face. So he says to her, what are you going to be, an astronaut? That's a funny one. No, I don't think that. Even if I had seen it in 84, I wouldn't astronaut. Because nobody is studying to be an astronaut around me. Where are they? Where's the astronaut building? There isn't one. I think you have to start with the stars. And I don't think you start with the stars your freshman year of college. You get the joke now? If you want to be the call operator for disasters, you got to know every one. There's like thousands. Here's a book. Memorize them. At least the names. It's not memorizing. There was nothing for you to save, no people to save. All right? I will live across from NASA, and I still don't say, wow, what am I doing here? I'm not going to work there. Why do I care? I live around a lot of things that I never had to know about. IBM, Kraft. I avoid the Moonies. They've got the bucket of flowers. They don't try to entice me. Here's a free one. Not even that. No, I have no problem. I take my bus. I don't even think that bus stop is there anymore. I see the little reindeer. I don't know NASA. I don't know if Santa's a discriminatory person yet. No, that happens much later. And then he just used what's his name? Rudolph. He used him. He doesn't love him. He used him. I need your nose. Well, NASA taught reindeer to fly. I don't even feel that way. No. Not even when the old man, whatever, he's old, much older. You don't even know your constellations. Oh, now I need to know that for what? Are you placing an order at 3 o'clock in the morning? What do you want? What do you want? My only concern is that front door doesn't lock and they won't do anything about it. The back door doesn't lock and they won't do anything on it. The Santa Fe line, oh please. If anybody wanted to rob, there's $7,000 in cash in the filing cabinet because the safe is over. I have to have eyes behind my head for that too. We don't get locks on doors until the last batch of young people. That one that came from Seattle, a swimmer that started at Baltimore County and gets transferred to College Park. Oh, I didn't tell that part. No, I'm saving it. This is the last on all of that. They said, we want electrical mats. We want a door with a buzzer. This is the new store. It has a locking door. There's no buzzer. We want a buzzer. I have a crazy man. I chained my wife and feed her dog food. He loses his teeth in the little tavern. I swear to God. Every night. I'm holding the door. He's pushing it. Go away. You're not doing anything here. I will be at self-serve. I will lock him in. He's not going to, there's nothing there to steal. He then writes the letter that should have never gone anywhere. That pleasantly plump little Greek girl that can run to highs in 3.5 seconds for a donut. They're fresh. They're good. And then I'll be there for the New York Post. I have to see what's going on with Donald Mannis. It's a turn pager. Tanya wants to see John Gotti's ties because she's a trooper. I don't know what that means, but I know there was Motorola. Now I move back because the Whistler needs a roommate because her boyfriend was beating her. Will you move in with me? Her father's a headhunter. People look for last names, Sophia. I give it to him. Oh, is that what happened here? Well, I'm stuck. Now I realize I can't work for NASA and I can't work for the government. You better pick something. 1992. Astronaut. That's it. I don't care. You made a fortune. He let you, the plantation god. He let you have women, and why? We economize We won't steal from each other. I think that, what's her name? If you taught that to a bunch of people, Melissa Etheridge and Lou Diamond Phillips' wife, I think that threw that out the window. The one or the other, there's a restraining order. And I don't know if that kid that a degree. Good luck. I told you I don't care. Doesn't bother me any. Because the other day I learned in the alteration, it's not the original community relations services. No. Mediation of businesses? Wow. So technically at that student conduct code hearing, when I still don't know the National Association of Black Journalists is led by Ploria Marshall, or the significance of Ben Holman as a professor of that journalism school, and Ploria Marshall does not respond to the snail mail with a Maryland address to say, I dropped the box off and I did the deed of gift. I could have filed on top of this one because your Gregory lady, and I hope she's not related to the comedian Dick Gregory, because as far as my documents, 6 months after a comedy show, it's a big fight. And I don't care. Because I could have complained to the Kentucky Attorney General, because Kinko's of Washington is in Kentucky. I could have complained to the California Attorney General, because I worked for Kinko's Graphics Corporation in Greenwich Village and paid city taxes. For whatever reason, Kentucky will use the law firm of Ventura. That was an option. But the community relations services, that was my best bet. So once again, who reviewed that hearing? And don't try to bully me. That document is 15 pages. I know that I would have been toast in my neighborhood, and it wouldn't have been one of my neighbors, and you wouldn't have found me beyond a milk carton. And don't tell me otherwise, because you took me from my property. Now, have I said everything? Yeah, that little line, it's one word, you understand? One word, astronauts. It means nothing to you people. And eventually, when they let me watch Howdy. Because I don't remember anybody going to Washington. And furthermore, when the Georgetown, and she never does this, when she saw the Riggs Dome in the movie, that's my bank. That's not her talking. That's like, what's up with her?